right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to review the ice cream challenge. So I'm going to start with number 41 and then we're going to work our way towards the end. Starting at number 41, it says the graph of Evan's bank account is shown. What are the dependent and independent variables? Well, here's our X and here's our Y. So our X is always our independent. So weeks is considered our independent, and our account balance is our dependent. Also, if you look here, the more weeks we work, the more our balance goes up. Number 42. So this one is, what is the area in square inches? Well, we don't have a shape that's like this, so we're going to need to break it up. Now you could have broken it here or you could have broken it here. You still would get the same answer regardless. So we know that these are rectangles, so I'm going to do length times width. So 2 times 4 is 8. Now this side has a length of 2, but this side is going to be a little longer. If this side is 3 and then right here is 2, 3 plus the 2 gives me 5. So this is going to be 10. So when I add those up, I get an answer of 18. Number 43. What is the area of the pentagon? So obviously we're going to have to break these up into several different shapes. I'm going to start here with this triangle. And I'm going to need to break this triangle up into 2 separate ones because I don't know this length right here. I mean, it is 1 and 1. I could do it like that. So let's actually do that. Let's actually break this up like this. So if this is 1 and this is 1 and this is 4 because of here. So 4, 1 and 1 made 6. 6 times 4. Okay, 6 times 4 gives me an answer of, well, I'm halving that because this is a triangle. So 6, half of 6 is 3, and 3 times 4 is 12. So this section right here is 12. Now, I'm going to turn this way. If I do it like this, notice it looks like a trapezoid. So you can do that on FSA where you turn your book so that you can see the shape that you want. So for this one, if I did a trapezoid, that's half height, base 1 plus base 2. So this one, again, a while ago we said the base was 6. So one base is 6, the other base is 4. The height is 5. So 6 and 4, adding that up, that gives me 10. I can half 10 a whole lot easier than 5, not have to worry about a decimal. So I'm going to half 10, that gives me 5, and 5 times 5 is 25. Let me make sure I did this right. So 6 and 4 make 10. I half 10, that gives me 5, and 5 times 5 is 25. Oh, I take that back. That's just for this. That's why you always go back and look. So 25 plus 12. So 37. So my total for this one is 37. If you've already graded this, maybe with Miss Gordon or something, or even maybe Mr. Wilson, and I said, and you got 37 and you didn't get it colored in, you can change that and fix it. If you got the answer that I had before on here on my answer key, you can, you need to change it because the answer is actually 37 and it is not what I originally had on my answer key. Next, number 44. A right rectangular prism has a length of 4.5, a width of 6.5, and a height of 8.5. What is the volume? Well, that's easy. Volume, length times width times height. So I'm going to do 4.5 times 6.5 times 8. Now remember, when I'm multiplying by mixed numbers, I got to turn them into improper fractions. So 8, 9 over 2 times 12, 13 over 2 times 8 over 1. Well, there's some cross simplifying I can do. I can do this one, 1 and 4. Okay, I believe that's it. So, when I multiply 9 times 13 times 4, I get an answer of 468. I've already done the math. Then, times 1 gives me 2. I need to bottoms that out. So 2 divided by 468. It's going to go in 2 times, which is 4, 0, 6, 3, 6, 0, 8, 4. And I zero out. So my answer is 234. Okay, turn the page. Now we're on 45. Number 45. Use the connect line tool to draw a polygon created by the points. So I just need to find these points. Remember, you're going over first. Over 5, up 1.5. I know the dots are hard to read, so you just kind of have to do your best. Over 0, up 2.5. 2.5 right here. Over negative 1.5, so it's here. Negative 6. And it's way down here. Okay. Over 4, down 3. Over negative 4.5, it's right here. Up 1.5. 1.5 right here. And then if we connect them, it looks like this. So kind of a crazy shape. Number 46, we're going to skip. It doesn't even count at all, so do not color that in at all. Just leave it blank. Number 47. 47 says, which three-dimensional figure is represented by the net? Notice that my net is all rectangles. All rectangles. The only shape on here that has all rectangles is A. B has rectangles and triangles. This has one rectangle, or maybe that's a square, I'm not real sure, and then triangles, and this has all triangles. Number 48, a net is shown. Which three-dimensional figure is represented? A square with 4 triangles. These, no triangles, only 2 triangles, so that's not it. A square and 4 triangles. This has only triangles, so my answer here is B. Next page, number 49. Number 49 says, we're actually going to skip that one too. We're going to wait. We're not going to do that one. Okay? Those are ones that you're just going to have to just work on all out. Every single one. This is just going to take too long, and I know this is really hard. Okay? So let's look at 50. 50 says select all of the statistical questions. Oops, sorry. All of the statistical questions. So remember, if I'm going to ask a question, I want a lot of data. Remember, statistical means lots of data. So, how many days are in a year? Well, that's easy, 365, and everybody's going to have that, and that's one answer. How many houses are in your town? Well, that's going to give me one answer. Maybe in Hilliard there's 2,463. I don't know. What percent of Long Grove High School students like pizza? For me to be able to find the percent, I got to ask a lot of people. So that's going to be 1. What is the average temperature in January? To be able to find an average, I got to have all of the data to be able to figure out that average. And what does Mitchell Bank or whatever bank open in the morning? What time do they open? Well, who cares? Maybe it's 8 o'clock. Okay, but that's one time. So that's only 2 there. All or nothing on this. Number 51. Number 51, ask for the mean. Okay, so when I want to find the mean, remember, mode the most. Add, divide for mean. So we're adding them up and then we're dividing. When I add up all these numbers, I'm going to get an answer of 158. I've already done the math. So add it up, divide it by. Now remember, we're dividing by how many numbers there are. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 11. Divide it out. 1, 11 gives me 4, 8, 4. 44, and let's just do it like this. 14 and 4 11s. Okay, If you were to keep it as a decimal, it would have been 14 and 3/6 with a bar over both of them because 3 and the 6 both repeat. So either one of those answers would have been correct. Number 52. Number 52 says Tim drives the Grand Avenue bus route. The total number of people who ride the bus each week for 5 weeks is shown in the data. How many more people need to ride the bus in week 6 to increase the mean? Increase the mean number of rides per week by 10. Okay, I want to increase the mean. So to be able to do that, I want it to go up, all right? So currently, I have a mean. If I were to add all these up, okay, let me get my calculator out. I haven't done this one yet. Let me get my calculator out. And I want to add them up. Let's see here. So, we have 16,325 plus 18,140 plus 17,362 plus 16,697 plus 16,786 equals, okay, now we add them up, we divide by 5, and that gives me, so my current mean is 17,062. 17,062 is our current mean. Okay? And it says how many more people need to ride the bus in week 6. So I need in week 6, okay? I got week 6. I want to increase this number by 10. So I'm looking for, when I divide 6, okay, by a certain number, I want to be able to get, I got to add 10 more, right? So it's 17,072. So I need this number here. How many more people need to ride the bus in week 6 to increase the mean number of riders by 10? By week 10. So if I were to, oh, I should have kept that number a while ago, 8 something. I meant to keep that. Let me do it again. I gotta have that number. I'm gonna show you why I gotta have that number. So 16,325 plus 18,140 plus 17,362 plus 16,697 plus 16,786 equals 85,310. Okay, that's when we add them up. So I need, so I'm going to take this 17,072 times 6. That's going to give me this. Now I take this number, the 102, and I subtract what I had here, 85,310. I need an answer of 17,122. That's how many it needs to be. Okay? That's how you figure this one out. The number of weeks goes here. Then you take the number that you got to get to, and that ends up being your quotient. If you multiply these together, that's how I got the 102, 432. I multiplied these. Then I took this number, subtracted it that, and that's what's going to give me. You know your answer has to be close within this range because I'm only increasing it by 10. So you know it has to be in this range somewhere. That one was tough. That's a tough one. That's one on FSA that you flag and you come back to later till you have all of the other answers done. So now let's look at 53. 53 says a class is surveyed with data as shown. Which dot plot represents the class? Well, I like to look for differences. So here's a difference. This one has, I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A 10. Well, I don't see a 10 here, so this one's out. Oh, the good thing is this is in order. So 1 and then 4, 4. And there's only 2 of them. So that one's right. That one has a 3. That's not right. 1, 2, 3. This is a 4, 4. And then there's 1, 2, 3 5s. That one has 3 5s. This one has 3 5s. Oh, this is where it's going to be 6. 2 6s. That has 3 6s, so this one's out. So A is my answer. Look for differences. That's how I figure those out. Next, Robert asked each family member his or her age to the nearest year and recorded the data shown. Click above the number line to create. Okay, so we're just going to create a dot plot. All right, so we'll start with 1. You can use X's or dots. 4. 11 is going to go here. 19 is going to go here. 21, 28, 36, 41, 60, and 62. Here we go. Pretty simple. Okay, next one. 55. 55, same thing, except this time it wants a histogram. So we're using bars. So for this, there's 2 of them. We gotta put some numbers here. And on the last one, our highest number was 2, so we'll just do 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay? So here's the first one. 2, 2, 2, 36 is 1, 41 is 1, and 62 has 2. Okay? Pretty simple. Oops. Okay. 56. 56, what is the range of the people who wrote it? So we got to pick our smallest and our largest. Our largest number is 18,140, and our biggest number is 16,325. And we subtract those. Borrow 3, 1, 5, 1. Borrow here. It's going to make this a 7, 1, 8, 1. So 18, 15 would be my range. Remember, range, smallest and largest, and subtract. Okay? Next one down here. Alex found the mean number of students who donated for the canned food drive. How many students donated cans? There it is. The number you divided by determines how many that is. That's 16. That one was pretty easy. Number 58. 58 is a little toughy too. So it says, what is the total number of people who rode the bus? Or this is the total number of people who rode the bus. This is one we kind of did a while ago. What is the inner quartile range of the data? So for this one, okay, you know for your dot plot, you got to have 5 points. Well, we know our minimum and our maximum. And remember, you also need to find median. Median deals with box plots. So I got to put these in order from least to greatest. I'm actually going to do it, I'll do it like this. Okay, so least to greatest. We got the least here is 16,697. The next one, oh, I take that back. 14,387. 16,687. Then we got 17,12. 17,362. And then 18,140. Okay? So this is our minimum, this is our maximum. So if we were actually to create it, okay, we have our minimum here and our maximum here. So this one would be 14,387 and this one would be 18,140, okay? Then, remember you gotta find the median 3 times. So 1, 1, 2, 2. So this is the median, all right? So when we have a median of 1712, To find the interquartile range, remember, you don't use this number, okay, because it's out. Now, if there were 2, you'd have to split them, but this one's by itself. So then I gotta find the range between these 2, because I gotta find the median between them. So what falls here? So when I take 16,697 and subtract 14,387, I get, I meant to add, I meant to divide. What am I doing? Okay, sorry. 16,697 plus 14,387 equals, divided by 2 equals, what did I do? 14,387 plus 16,697 equals, oh, I think I pushed multiply, divided by 2 equals, there we go, 15,542. And I gotta do the same thing for this one. What falls in between these 2? 17,362 plus 18,140 equals, divided by 2 equals 17,751. Now, the interquartile range. Subtract these. Now I subtract 17,751, subtract 15,542 equals 2209. That's your interquartile range. Okay? All right. Number 59. Select all the statements that describe the best measure of center to represent the data. Interquartile range is not a measure of center. It is a spread. We cannot use it. It is automatically out. Range, same thing. Automatically out. It is a spread. So we're looking at mean, median, and mode. For this one, I would have to say that that best describes, look at it. There's nothing really, I mean, there's no outliers, so mean would be fine. The number that occurs the most is 1, but you go all the way to 7. So I would not say mode here, because there's a lot of 1s, but it's on your lower end. I would say median. Mean and median, okay? Number 60. 60, it says create a possible line plot given that 25 students donated cans using the values from the dot plot. Well, in this one, this is a little tougher. You know that your median has to be 6, and you can only have 25, so this one has to be the tallest. Okay? Your lowest needs to be here. Your highest needs to be here, 11. Don't count this one, because this one's really hard, so it doesn't have to be, unless you just happen to get it right. But there's a lot of different kinds, so don't worry about coloring this one in. But you know you have to have this. You know there has to be 25 points. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? You know that you have to have an interquartile range of 4, a lower quartile of 4 and an upper quartile of 8. This is just one that you're just going to have to continue to work and figure out and add numbers in to see that you get the right numbers. Okay? You could do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You got to have 4, 12, 13, 14, 15. This one's 8, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It doesn't matter. Okay? Actually, let's just put them here. We could have done them like this. I'm taking some of these off. Okay? So there's a lot of different possibilities for this one. All right. Next one says complete the table. So this one is going to look like this. I'm going to put, these are markers. So You got 3 blues. 4 reds, and I'm going to use orange for yellow. Okay, so for this one, blue to yellow, 3 to 2. Okay, for that one. This is orange. This one, now look at this one. This is what's interesting. Blue, same thing. Red, orange. Yellow. Okay, which is our orange. So red. Red is 4. Green. There are no green, so you have to put 0. Blue. 2. Total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Yeah, 8. Okay. All right, guys. So that is the rest of our ice cream challenge. Remember, you only color the ones that you got right. If you made any mistakes, make sure that you put the word no on it, so I know that you have not accidentally colored in something you weren't supposed to. All right, hope you did well. I hope that you get a lot of ice cream, and hope you tried your best. All right, see you guys later.